Say viewers, we have a very special topic for you here this week. Well, it's sex ed. So I'm going to be telling you what they should have told you in sex ed, but never did, or at least what I think that they should have told you in sex ed. So the first thing is how often people masturbate, because even after marriage and even after you have sex, you'll still masturbate. Oh, that made a noise. You'll still masturbate. It's not just one of those weird, sinful things you do that you stop doing once you find a sexual partner, and you pretend you never did it. And you might as well delete your Grindr now, because let's face it, your hand is gonna know you more intimately than some second-rate handjob ever will. No matter how hard you fake moan for it. It's not just a high school thing. You're gonna be spanking that thing for the rest of eternity, so you and your monkey better learn to be good friends with each other. The next thing is that sex does not look like porn, and if it does, you're probably doing it wrong, and it probably isn't going to be very enjoyable. Just in general, that's not always true. And when you do get sexual for the first time, it's probably going to be clumsy and weird. If they were honest, they would tell you that most people aren't sober when they do stuff. Even years after their first time. You want to know why? Because someone is stuffing their penis inside someone else. I don't care how biomechanically hardwired we are to think that's hot. That shit is awkward. The other thing is that people have body hair. They should teach you that. I mean, they kind of do, but the media kind of leads you to believe that people don't really have body hair, but they do. Having sex isn't going to indefinitely turn your genitals into a steaming pile of cauliflower putrefaction. Despite misleading slides they show you to scare you off from ever having sex, that probably isn't going to happen unless you're super slutty, like Pamela Anderson slutty. No offense, Pamela Anderson. There's just been a lot of jokes about that, so I thought I'd add to that. Oh, and homosexuality exists. That is something, they kind of cover that, but not really. So do transgender people, and also straight people who like to cross-dress. And they're adorable, and you should love them. That's a lie. Some of them are disgusting wastes of space, just like some straight people. Hey, we're all the same! The point is they all exist, and that is okay. The next thing is that sometimes you might not want to have sex when someone else does want to have sex, and that is okay. You should not have sex because you think that you are supposed to. That is not how sex is supposed to work. I can't remember a time when I've needed to refer to one of those complex diagrams of the penis and the vagina with all, like, the urethra and all the little crazy lines, like, look like aliens. I've never needed that. And they put so much emphasis on that, and it's just unnecessary. The next thing is that masturbation is not just rubbing. That is what they tell you. They tell you it's rubbing for pleasure, and not much else, because they're afraid of being too graphic. And hey, guess what? How about you actually tell us how it works, so that some kid trying to be cool on the playground doesn't use a metal washboard motion with his hands in reference to jacking off, trying to impress people. True story. Oh, and a surprise, when you do it, fucking white stuff comes out. Fucking white shit comes out of your penis, and words like ejaculate and sperm do not prepare you for that first time that it happens, and you sit frozen and horrified, wondering if something's wrong with you, or if this is real life, and why your body is capable of doing such a weird, disgusting thing. And that shit shows up on black, also. So don't go to school with toothpaste stains on your shirt, because the 8th graders will not buy that. And lastly, the one thing they will never ever tell you in sex ed that I really wish they had is that someone someday will want to lick your butthole. And that's totally fine, because as you get older, people are into lots of different things. However, the fact that someone would subject themselves to that, let alone want to do that, was something that I was never, ever in a million years prepared for. And I'm gonna leave on that note. Welcome back, you guys, and we're having a great week, I think. Goodbye.